Okay, guys, this was exactly what I did not want to happen. For PSG to just completely dominate us, and for the game to be finished in 24 minutes. So what happened was just unbelievable. I was really expecting, after what we've seen from Madrid, for some fights, for something else, right? But just taking some time to think about the game a little bit. I looked at it, also listening to what Xavi Alonso was saying at the end of the game as well. Yeah, this game was lost in 24 minutes, and it was lost from a really bad decision from Asensio, and then later on followed by Rudiger. So imagine, like, these last few days, these players have been training very, very hard to play the best team in the world, right? And then now you're playing against the best team in the world. It was competitive in the beginning, the first 5 minutes, right? It was competitive. Madrid were coming out a little bit, still not that aggressive as I would have wanted them to be, really. But yeah, PSG were just after the first maybe 1 or 2 minutes, PSG were gaining control of the game, right? And Madrid were just finding it hard. But this is where, as a team, as like a competitive team, you stay in control. You make sure that, okay, you soak up pressure, you keep soaking up pressure, and then your chances come, right? And we saw that. There was moments when we're soaking up pressure, and then we were out on the counterattack with Mbappe and Vini, right? So for Asensio, man, to make this mistake was just honestly unbelievable. And out of all the players, out of a lot of the players in this tournament who have performed amazing, Asensio has had one to forget, man. And I think, I don't know if this actually taints his Real Madrid career and maybe actually stops his Real Madrid career. I don't know if it's that extreme, because we know he's having some off the field issues and is really affecting his performance, right? And it's affecting the team because he's making big mistakes that's going against the team. So this, in Madrid's biggest game in this tournament, playing against the best team, after Alonso's putting a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of energy into transforming this Real Madrid team, right? From us actually seeing them pressing and playing as a team, and then for him to make just a silly mistake of like not fully concentrating, right? So that was a punch in the gut for Asensio, for Alonso, for the whole team, right? And after that, I do think Madrid could have responded a lot better. They didn't, They retreated a little bit, and I wasn't seeing my midfield. Where's Bellingham? Okay, in fairness, Bellingham was once again, he was trying, but I want to see the quality, right? Guler, non-existent in this game, right? Chouameni, same thing. Our midfield was gone. We're making so many mistakes. We had 6 of our players, right? Our forward and then our midfield. They were pushing forward, doing this pathetic pressing. Man. And it coincides with Mbappe coming into the team. Mbappe's in the team now, and then now we have Vini, and now we have Gonzalo. So Gonzalo is now being forced on the wing, on the right. And I'm like, I'm tired of players playing in the wrong positions, right? So when I saw this lineup, I was like, man, I do not like this lineup. Why is Valverde right back, right? And I looked into it. Okay, Trent was injured, and then I was like, okay, we're going back to a 4-3-3, right? This was like Ancelotti-esque. This was Ancelotti's team. Okay, this is what Ancelotti would have put up, right? So I was like, man, I'm really not liking this team, man. But then I was looking at our subs. I was like, okay, what options does he have? Heusen got the red card. He's not available. Trent got injured, and Militao is still coming back. Carvajal is still coming back. Vasquez, we can't trust him in this big game. So, like, what option does he have? But this is where I'm saying that, okay, this is gonna be really important, because in the new season, with Trent, that being his role, and then now us seeing how Carvajal comes back, if he comes back to his full form. Trent being out, I don't want now, for example, I don't want Valverde. I don't want to see Valverde in right back ever. I don't want to see him anymore. I don't want to see him because in this game, he couldn't handle Kvaratskhelia, and he's been moved around too often now in these last two games, right? So it's just causing too much confusion. Valverde in this game, when he was actually effective, when the game was pretty much finished, was in midfield. So let's have Valverde in midfield, right? So it's too Ancelotti-esque. Gonzalo Garcia is a striker. play him as a striker, man. Play him as a striker. I understand in certain periods in the game, you know, and we're soaking up pressure. We need to defend. Then Gonzalo Garcia can go on the wing because Vinny is not gonna do the defending, and Mbappe is not gonna do the defending, right? Gonzalo Garcia, even still, like defensively, he's not that player. He's a striker, you know, like, and then we have him on the wing, like try and put crosses in. No, man, no. And then also as well, like Mbappe. You know what, I'll get on to Mbappe later, man, because that's going to be a whole other thing. But that first goal, Asensio, making that mistake, just completely flatlined us. And then now Rudiger. Rudiger, to make a mistake like this, man, is unbelievable. But what I would say, for that second goal, PSG were in our midfield, like they were pressing. We had so many players up front, and then I think it was Bellingham got the ball in the center of the pitch. He passed it to Rudiger. Rudiger was getting the ball, but PSG were coming in quick, closing. Right, they were closing. There are literally 5 players in the center of the pitch coming in. Rudiger had maybe 2 options available for him, but he had to be quick. He had to give it to Bellingham. He had to give it to Courtois, or maybe he had to give it to Asensio. But he had to be quick, right? So he was slow on the ball and he lost it, right? So Rudiger, completely to blame. But I'm also going to give PSG their props in terms of like actually pressing and defending, because they put him under a lot of pressure, and Rudiger is not good on the ball like that, right? This is the thing. This is the difference with PSG's pressing and our pressing. Our pressing is it's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible, right? It's gotten better, but in this match, it was really, really bad, right? So those 2 mistakes, man, you cannot make those 2 mistakes in this high caliber of game. You can make these mistakes against lesser teams. You can't make this against the best team in Europe and the best team probably now going to be in the world, right? PSG. So those 2 mistakes just put everything that Alonso would have been working on like out the window, right? And then the third goal comes, PSG playing, just dominating us. So it was 24 minutes of completely PSG dominating us, and then our players not showing up. They weren't there. They were scared. They were scared of the moment, which I did not expect from these players, right? Vinny, it didn't show quality. Bellingham was trying but didn't show quality. Güler was not there. Was not there. He might have come into the game a little bit later on in the few chances that we had, but he was not there in those first 24 minutes, right? When you look at Vitinha is there searching for the ball. Ruiz there searching for the ball, running, constantly moving, searching for the ball, right? Güler, I didn't see him. I didn't see him. You're meant to be competing against these players, right? Trying to get the ball as opposed to PSG, trying to control that midfield, as opposed to PSG controlling that midfield, right? If he's going to be the guy who's meant to prove it this year and be our playmaker, then these are the matches you need to prove. You didn't show it. You didn't show it in those first 24 minutes. But in honesty, I don't even want to single out any single player, because everybody was poor. Everybody was poor. Nobody showed up. The only one, Courtois. The only one, Courtois. Valverde didn't show up, you know. What I would actually say, put in actually, it was nice at the end, seeing Militao coming in and seeing some of his quality in defending, right? And then, he had that chance, but then didn't get back in time, and then also caused that 4th goal. But overall, this game, 24 minutes, PSG completely finished it, and then from there they were pretty much cruising. Dembele, absolutely amazing. Dembele, Vitinha, Ruiz controlling that midfield, and that's something that Madrid are going to be developing. But like Alonso said, PSG is an accumulation of a lot of years with Luis Enrique, right? Building this team, building the press, understanding their play. And Madrid is just at the beginning of a new era. So even though I said, okay, the last thing, Madrid losing 4-0 like this and not even being competitive would have a taint on this Club World Cup. I'm actually taking that back, because I think for me, I've seen enough from Alonso. I've seen enough from some of these players. Güler, I'm going to give him his props. Fran Garcia, Gonzalo Garcia, Vinny kind of coming back a little bit in some instances. and yeah, Bellingham and Valverde and all these players, right? So Hausen. So I've seen, can't forget Tchouaméni. I've seen some really good things already at the beginning of this journey, right? And Alonso at the end of the press conference was like, okay, this is the end of this season, right? It's not the beginning of the next season. This is now the end. This is the end of Ancelotti's era and Ancelotti's Madrid. So that's gone. And changes are going to be made. Like from his interview, it really seemed like, okay, he's identified the issues of this Madrid team, what works, what doesn't work, and changes are going to be made. So I am looking forward to seeing some players coming in, and then potentially some players going out as well, right? So yeah, I think a centre back, we need top quality centre back to come in, because we don't know how, for example, Militao is going to come back. I hope he comes back to his full form, but we don't know after this injury, right? 2 years in a row. So yeah, we need a top quality centre back, because Asensio, this tournament has let us down. Rudiger, not this tournament, but his whole career at Real Madrid, he's had one good season at Real Madrid, right? But overall, he's let us down, in my opinion. And we have Hausen coming in, doing an amazing job, leading. He's still young. He needs time to develop. So we can't literally rely our defense on Hausen, right? So we need another top quality center half coming in to help out our defense, right? So that's, and then, man, we need to sort out right back, because if Trent is not available and Carvajal is still coming back, needs to be put into it slowly, I really don't want to see Valverde in right back. He can play in right wing back. That's fine. Right wing back would be okay. But I don't want to see him at right back anymore, because it's just a waste. Because when you see him actually going in midfield, you actually see the quality that this player has, right? And for you not to have him in midfield is just outrageous. It's just outrageous for me. Bellingham, I think it's going to be a plus. I was just thinking of the game. I'm like, you know what? I think there's a silver lining in the fact that he's having this shoulder surgery, because out of all the players in Madrid, I think in terms of like fitness, I think he needs a break. I don't know if it's accumulation of games over the last few years at Madrid, at Dortmund and everything, but he seems to fatigue throughout the game, and also having to run a lot, right? Covering a lot of space, because before, us not being compact, right? So I think this... the months he's going to be off is going to be really good for him in terms of now gaining mental clarity and gaining his fitness, having a little bit of rest, and then coming back a lot more stronger, right? And then I think we need a midfielder. We need a midfielder to come help out, because Güler is going to have an amazing season this season. I'm banking on, but we need somebody to go in and to compete. Him. Güler, and then Camavinga as well, right? So we need some reinforcements, and I think Alonso's already identified that, and we're going to see that coming in, right? So Carreras seems is going to be happening in a couple of days now. In a couple of weeks, he's coming now, so that's good. We got two left backs, we got two left back, Frank Garcia, stepping up, and then Güler, and then Carreras coming in, and then Mendy, when he's fit. He goes now in that center back position on the left or something, right? So all in all, it was we lost, but just put your hands up. Put your hands up. We lost to the best team in Europe and the best team that's going to be crowned. I think in the world anyway. Even if they don't get crowned, they're the best team in the world, right? So we really saw the difference in class. So once again, it's not about it's not about talented players. We've seen that over and over in so many iterations at Madrid, at PSG, at all these different clubs, right? It's not about having the best players. It's about building the best team. Right, and that's what Alonso is doing, right? And he says that he keeps on repeating that we are building the team collectively, getting them to play better, right? And then when the team understands each other, then you see the players shining from that. But the players who don't fit in that are gonna go, right? So, for example, Rodrigo seems like he's gonna go, right? He doesn't fit. But even still, yeah, because like Rodrigo, Vini, and Mbappe does not work. So. Rodrigo's going to go, and then we'll see if Vini and Mbappe works, right? But also, I'll leave it with this because I will be making like a more in-depth analysis about the game and everything that happened. This is just like initial reaction, you know, coming out at the heat of the moment, you know. So I'll be doing that. Yeah, and then but what I didn't notice, for example, with Mbappe, also is well coming back from illness or things like that, but also throughout the whole season, man, his movements in the forward line needs to improve because there was instances when Vinny has the ball and he needs to make a run forward into the box and he's not doing it. He's always kind of waiting back to receive the ball, right? Because he wants to receive the ball and then maybe and shoot or maybe run at the defense, right? But he needs to go in the box, and that's what Gonzalo Garcia was offering us when Mbappe wasn't playing, right? So, man, since Mbappe has come to this football club, things have just gotten very, very bad, right? Things have just gotten very, very bad, right? So, yeah, that needs to be corrected. He needs to improve his game a lot more. Like, we literally see Dembele doing crazy things for PSG. So why isn't Mbappe also being a lot more dynamic, a lot more movement, right? So, but at the same time, okay, he's also coming back from illness, so we'll give him a break. He did score like 44 goals this season, so or 44 goal contributions. So we'll give him a break. But I'm looking forward to some changes in coming now, you know, and then Madrid for next season to kill it because yeah, La Liga, we're still going to be there. It's ours. I think we'll be able to beat Barcelona next season and also to win the league, and then in the Champions League, yeah, we'll be competing again. You know. I'll leave it at that. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next review. Make sure to subscribe for everything Real Madrid related, transfer news, rumors, and live discussions as well, which we'll be covering as well for the Club World Cup and covering player performance, team performance, Alonso's first 4 weeks at Madrid, and then what to expect in the new season. All right, guys, see you on the next video.